What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for checking out another video. Surprise, surprise, we are headed to the track yet again. It's Sunday the 18th. You may notice, again, no bike in the back though. We're still waiting on the engine to get done. Of course, they had to ship it off to Race Tech in California to do the deck and hone and the 5-angle valve job and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Tyler had initially told me 2 weeks, so I was getting a little overzealous, thinking I might have the bike back this weekend, so I'm not too surprised or anything. It's not like they are slower than they said, but luckily enough, we are going to ride a borrowed bike again this weekend down at Aztec. We have the whole crew, Allison, Ezra, Murphy, and myself. We'll be meeting up with Daddy DeeO to get some footage, and then we're heading out to my parents' house. But should be a really good day, and the bike we're going to be riding is actually Tyler from Applied Technology. He is letting us ride his 350 while he is dealing with some back pain. So on that note, let's toss it over to Tyler. All right, like I said, here's Tyler. This is the bike we're going to be riding today. So what even is it, man?
This is a 2019 Husqvarna FC 350. Bored out to a 366.
366.
So a little bit of a cheater bike, but not a cheater bike
because you're up against 450.
Yeah, you're racing against 450, so
Absolutely.
Just trying to get a little more power out of it for a little bit bigger of a guy like me.
And me.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. So of course Tyler is Applied Technology. He's the gentleman doing my suspension and currently doing my bike's engine, which is off in California. But I'm really excited to ride this because probably it's the best suspension setup in the pits, because not only do you feel it on the track, he knows what to do with it. And we're similar in stature and riding abilities. So I think this is actually going to be set up really nice for me.
This is about what I would set it up for if it was your bike.
Oh, there you go. Even better.
Pretty dang close. I think I might be a little heavier than you. Big bore kit, it's got an FMF slip on and the suspension, so we're running Race Tech gold valves front and rear and a spring conversion kit to eliminate the air fork.
Okay, yep.
Other than that, a pretty significant gearing change just to get it to pull out of the corner a little bit better, but other than that, she's all stock. And I mean, KTMs are like kind of, they have this thing, KTM Huskies is like ready to race.
Right.
Like literally this thing is how it was when it came off the showroom floor, as far as like the bars, the position, the levers. Like I didn't have to move anything.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of wild because I've always had to change bars on like my Cowies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean my Honda, the first ride out here, I changed the bars after one ride.
Yeah.
I changed bars out. So.
These have always worked for me. They didn't work for Steph. She didn't like the stock bars as much, but they've always worked for me. I've always felt really comfortable with it, so I haven't really had to change a whole lot. These things are pretty good just right out of the gate, just some suspension and a little bit faster for that guy, and you know, it's good to go. So
right
yeah, I'm excited to see you ride it and see what you think. So
thank you so much for letting me today.
No problem.
So we're going to be out on this Husky, which is going to be my first time ever riding a Husqvarna. I rode Oni's KTM. My buddy Cody, who was beating me in the 30 plus class, he had a Dungey edition, factory edition forever ago. I rode that maybe 2 laps. So this will be my first time on a Husky, first time on a 350. And yeah, Husky bike for a Husky boy. So I'm super excited. Let's get geared up and go get it. Here we are again, going on a borrowed bike. Tyler's Husky looks pretty good, but it's missing something. All right, now we're good.
Now we're official.
It's just taped on, don't worry. All right, we just fired up. Tyler's, it's a FC, right? FC 350. We're gonna go do our first laps on it. Got our Lit Pro going. We got our polar watch on our RP mount, so we'll go ahead and turn that on and change it over to mountain biking and do our first laps here with you guys. Aztec has a few weird ruts here. They were actually closed yesterday because of the snow, so it's gonna be a little bit softer than it maybe usually is. Well, obviously not like crazy ruts or anything. So I'm just riding around in 3rd gear right now. Not pushing it yet, we'll get there. We'll race them when it's time. I really like the idea of a 350. Another thing that Rhino Power, Ryan Hughes talked about on Gypsy Tales, how we don't need 450s. And I love my 450, but I'm actually kind of inclined to agree with them. I feel like the 350 is about as much bike as anyone would need, or in this case a 366, but yeah, it feels good already. like the 250 where I need to rev it out more. I'm kind of bogging it around. I'm gonna need to actually shift it and get this thing on the pipe.
Stretching it out on that 350.
Do you want to ride? I like how the weight of it feels. I like that it feels lighter. I feel like the suspension almost like rebounds too fast for me, almost like it bounces me back up.
I run a pretty fast rebound.
Okay.
A lot faster than what most people normally run.
Gotcha. Like
I've trained myself to know that like a bike that's fast like that has a lot of traction.
Okay, yeah.
Even though it might feel a little out of control, it's got traction kind of a thing. So I definitely run a little bit quicker than
Gotcha.
most guys.
Yeah, I was mostly noticing that like that little flyaway in the back, I would jump, there's a mud puddle you got to jump past, and then I'd land and it kind of like, I felt like it was shooting me over the corner. But like I love how it like dives into the corners. I feel like it grabs the ruts really well.
Dude, these things turn so good. That was one of the biggest things that I noticed with that bike when I got it, was like how good they turn.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that. Both the step downs and then the tight rights, it just hooks those ruts. But then like the second step up coming into that corner, there's a little bit of braking, and I just kind of like, I don't get a good front end feel. I almost feel like it's a little like the more like a steering stabilizer feel, I guess. Gotcha. I just feel like it's a little like that, but yeah. No, I really enjoy it. It's a weird mix of the power, just where you need to rev it out and where you need to shift.
You have to rev them. Like that was the hardest thing coming from a 450 to this bike, is like you can't ride it like a 450. You
okay.
Ride it like a 250. You just have to run them out. Like this track, I think I haven't rode it in a while, but if I remember right, I'm pretty sure it's like second, third gear. Okay. The whole time.
I think that was my issue, was I was riding it more like the Honda, not like the Yamaha from last week.
Yeah,
but
you gotta ride them like a 250F, and you just have to wring their neck out.
Heck yeah.
And it's funny because you'll feel it like the next time you ride it, when you rev it out, you'll feel where it's like a normal bike would like sign off when it gets to like a certain RPM.
Yeah.
This thing
keeps
and
pulling
even
on
like
it.
sets 250s like a 2 and just pull all the way till it hits the rev limiter.
Okay.
It just builds power all the way, and then you shift and you're right back in the power. It's kind of crazy how they built a motor.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited to give it a go.
It's a little bit of a different style of riding, a different type of riding, or a way to ride it. But
yeah,
once you figure it out.
Awesome. And then how about shifting? Do you like speed shift, power shift, or you clutch shift? Like if you're shifting up under load? Okay, because I never,
it's just all natural. I have no idea.
As you saw with my clutch, I almost never touch the clutch. I always jam up, and on this I was having trouble like before the first triple step down, like second to third I'd be on the gas trying to shift up and I couldn't get it to click in. But honestly, I think that's just kind of some feel with the bike too. Like, sweet man, have fun out there. Cool.
All right, so I'm hearing some of the thoughts.
Yeah, I just talked about it a lot on this GoPro with Tyler, so I'm not gonna double up on you guys, but I really enjoyed it. The suspension, Tyler runs a really fast rebound. I was feeling it kind of spring me back. This thing hooks into the ruts in the corners, top notch. It's not ruddy out here, don't get me wrong, but it's ruddier than it normally is. Like after the triple camelback, there's a mud hole there, just some stuff to be weary of, so I can't push it as hard as I normally would. Even on my bike I wouldn't be pushing this hard, but of course I don't want to wad Tyler's. But I do like it. That 350 power, 366 power, it's kind of an interesting range there. That was a good first ride. I think next time out I can dial it in a bit more after talking to Tyler and thinking about how to ride it more. So had a lot of fun with it, and excited to be out here riding today. What's the next race you got coming up? Okay. Good to see you.
Yeah, you bet.
This is, Kyle, he used to ride Palmer Lake with us and stuff.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's
when
been
he
a long
was
time.
a little guy. Yeah.
Did you guys still do the Palmer Lake?
All right, I went out and did my first few laps on Tyler's 350, and then he geared up and took his bike out, and he noticed he was having an issue, so he's fixing that now. But while he's down with the 350, his wife Stephanie is letting me ride her Husky 250, so we can still get some more laps on there. have some fun on a 250. So Tyler stiffened up the suspension some to fit my weight a little bit more, and gonna go ride that Husky 250 now. All right, going out on Steph's 250. Thanks for letting me ride your bike. Switched over the Polar. We have it just on the crossbar here, but let's go get it. So jealous of that, so jealous. Hey Tyler, how much to throw on an E-start while you're at it? Yeah. I've had people say that, like, oh, the kit's only $450, and I'm like, labor's like $600 on that thing. Yeah, hard pass. Oh man, that soft suspension. To be mad at myself for this foot dab, and I still am, but I watched this footage back and check this out. Foot dab, and then dab, and then this guy dab, then the other white bike dab, and then this Yamaha dab. So it's not just
way better.
Why did this go upside down? Or whatever this is.
I think he has some wood.
Well, I must have done it.
What's up, Tyler?
The last time through, it was filming like upside down, and the number was at the bottom. Oh yeah, see, I rolled it over because it looked like it was filming upside down.
So that's how I can flip it in post.
So I screwed it up.
That's perfect. That's all good. Thank you.
Nice deep rut. So what are your thoughts on the 250?
Yeah, first off, thank you again, Stephanie, for letting me ride your bike. I liked it a lot. As you can assume, so the suspension is done since her husband is a suspension guy. So it's done for Stephanie, which is way softer than me. I bottomed it out time and time again. So that was definitely, like, you could feel that. But honestly, I think it's just making me appreciate my Honda suspension a little bit more. But just between the Yamaha and the Husky 250, if I were to buy a 250 today, I would actually go with this. I like how the power delivers more. The Yamaha, I felt like it was snappier, and it just took more of a toll on my upper body and my arms, and you could say squeeze more with my legs and stuff, but honestly, I felt more comfortable on this. I would love to ride them back to back at the same track on the same day, that kind of thing, but I felt like I could use this bike in the power a little bit more, and I just kind of got sketchy with the suspension, but again, that's to be expected. And another thing, people always talk about the Yamahas being wide up in the shrouds. I actually feel like this Husky was wider in the shrouds than the Yamaha, but I liked how it felt. I liked just the seat of it and stuff, and I had a lot of fun with it. I think I was pretty slow on it. I was pretty timid with it, but it corners really well, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So good stuff. But I think that Tyler got the 350 back up and running, so we'll put some more laps back on that and let Stephanie have her bike back for the day. All right, and one other thing I want to throw in, of course, riding these bikes, all these bikes I've rode the past 2 weeks, the 3 bikes, I haven't touched a single thing. Tyler changed some of the clickers on this just because I'm so much heavier on this bike. But other than that, we didn't mess with maps, sag, any of that stuff. So I just want to throw in, I'm sure people will be like, if you had changed the Yamaha's curve or whatever, maybe it'd be different. I'm not doing any of that. I'm riding these bikes exactly how the normal riders are set up. And I don't know, if I was looking to buy a new bike, maybe it'd be a different story. But when I'm just out here having fun, I'm not gonna mess with bars and controls and maps and stuff. So I just want to throw that out there. But let's get some little drinkage here and get back at it. We are heading back out on Tyler's 350, so gonna go back out there, trying to remember to ride it a little bit more like a 250 and rev it out a bit more, and of course still not ride over our head or anything, but go do a little bit of a moto. My dad's out there with the camera to get some third person, so go have some fun on Tyler's bike.
Nope.
Nice long moto on that 350. Thoughts?
Yeah, that was a 21-minute moto, so I got my 20-minute moto in for the day, and I literally just told Tyler, like, I don't want to offend him, but I really thought I was gonna love the 350. Like, I even told Tyler, like, I kind of thought about that before my Honda, and I kind of honestly thought maybe a 350 would be my next bike, and it's just too much weird in between. Maybe if I rode it and, you know, it was my own bike, I'd absolutely love it. But it's like you have to work it as hard as a 250, which I know I was, and I wasn't even ringing it out because I was so dang tired. But it still has most of the weight and the inertia and mass of the 450. It feels like that ride just beat me up. My shoulders and traps and arms, and it could be rider, bike, and track. All three combined together, I'm sure, play at least a part. So maybe it's more on me than the bike, but I just couldn't really get a good feel with it. And also my knee is kind of sore. Which doesn't help things at all, and that's just me being whiny. But yeah, I just didn't feel super comfortable on it, and I thought I'd feel a lot more comfortable. But it's definitely fun. It's just all these different bikes I'm riding lately are just making me more and more excited to get the 450 back with that fresh Race Tech engine in it, and the service suspension, which I'm so excited for. But yeah, it's definitely fun, but it's just not right, I guess is all there is to say to it. But gonna kick back here, get some Gatorade, because I am spent from that ride, and see where we want to go from there.
Our buddy Luke was riding out there and running his smoker, and top of the rod broke off of the piston and came right out the back. Such a shame.
I don't think mine was ever that bad, but we had our fair share of blown 125s, but that's something else. I'm just glad he's okay after that.
Yeah, he rode it out. He's a tough one, but yeah, that's gnarly. Sorry to see that.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I know I didn't ride a ton. We had the one issue with the 350 that Tyler had to take care of, and I don't know, Stephanie was saying the same thing. The track just feels a little off today. Like, I don't know if it's something in the air, but we're doing well so far. I really don't want to end up on the ground. I had one close call. I wasn't even going fast, but almost hit the deck on Tyler's bike, and my shoulders and stuff, I'm just really sore, and I just really don't want to crash. That's what it boils down to. My sister, my brother-in-law, and my nieces are moving out to Colorado here, and they just drove out yesterday from Minnesota, so they're out at my parents' house, so we're gonna go and have some dinner with them. So I just want to get out there and enjoy some time with them. Go enjoy some time with them. So we're just gonna pack it in. Stephanie already changed out and everything, and not to make excuses or anything, I just want to reiterate to you guys, like, I just don't feel on it today. I'm not really clicking with that 350. I thought that happy medium would be awesome and I'd love it, and it just doesn't really work for me, but that's a good reason to test ride the bike. Not like I'm changing from the Honda anyway, but now I know. So we're gonna get changed out here and head on out to my parents. All right, man, thanks again for letting me ride your bike, and Steph, thanks for letting me put some time on yours too. All right, so the whole family is here. We're about to have some dinner, but that's gonna just kind of conclude the video. So I know there was way less riding than the past few videos. I hope you guys understand. It just wasn't great with the 350. I really thought that would be a great in between, and it just didn't work for me. I know I kind of talked about this already, but I think I actually had more fun on Stephanie's 250, even with the softer suspension, but definitely beat up. I don't know if I caught my knee, but my knee is sore from today, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button if you did. Hopefully my Honda will be ready for next weekend. Like, it's out in Cali right now. We're just waiting on Race Tech to finish it up, ship it back to Tyler so he can slap it in there. I said it last week, I just have such great friends at the track who let me ride their bikes and stuff, and just this weekend proved it again. You know, Tyler's doing my engine and my suspension, and while it's down, he let me ride his bike, and Stephanie did too. So both, thank you guys very much, and I just love having such great friends at the track. But yeah, I'm getting long-winded, but I'll cut it off here, guys. As always, take it easy if it's easy. Take it twice. Talk to you later.